Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? It is currently 3:29 p.m. on this very, very hot and humid Monday afternoon. And I am exhausted. I am super, super tired. And my head is pounding. And I have been struggle busing all day today. I've been struggling all day today. I stayed up way too late last night watching, I watched Big Brother, and then yesterday I did a whole vlog about Alex coming home and all that kind of stuff. So Alex came home, and he brought his Chipotle home, and he sat here and he was watching Watch What Happens Live with Vicki Gunvalson and Shannon Bedore from the Real Housewives of Orange County. And so I brought out my chips and queso with salsa and sour cream, and I ate some chips and while he was eating his Chipotle. And I watched it with him. And then afterwards, I was like getting my videos up and stuff like that. And I said, what are you gonna do now? And he goes, I'm going upstairs. I'm gonna relax for a little bit. And he was upstairs for like 5 minutes. And that was when I wasn't sure if I was gonna go up to the pool with my neighbors or not. Oh, there's Mr. Boo Radley. Well, hi, honey. You wanna come up here? Come here. Come here, sweetheart. You wanna come up here? He's been downstairs in the basement all day because it's like cooler down there. Come here. Why are you being such a silly goose today? He said, I'm a silly goose, Dad. Don't even worry about it. He said, I've been staying down in the basement because it's cool down there. I have to tell you something about his little house in a second. He got such a kick out of last night. Didn't you? He said, I've been staying down in the basement because it's so cool down in the basement in my house. I love it so much. But, so Alex went upstairs. Aww, he's laying on my chest. So Alex went upstairs with Boo Radley, and he turned on the fan, and it was like real quiet up there, and like 5 minutes went by, and then all of a sudden he goes, Alexa, good night, which is when our rainstorm thing comes on. And I said, I shot it up there. I was like sitting over there at the computer, and I said, are you going to bed already? And he said, yeah, I'm going to bed for the night. And it was like 5:30 or something, like 5:30 or 6. And I said, okay. So I went upstairs and I said, well, if you're seriously going to bed for the night? And he was like, yeah, I'm exhausted. He's like, I'm going to bed for the night. I said, okay. I said, if you're going to go to the bed for the night, I said that I'm going to go up to the pool for a little bit. And he was like, okay. And I said, I have got to cool down. And I said, the neighbors are going to the pool. So I went up to the pool and sat up there with the neighbors for a while. It was really nice to like cool down and get relaxed and stuff. And when I was walking back from the pool, you know, I have been, so a couple months ago, I think it was like 6 months ago or something, I said I was gonna come up with a cozy mystery series. And I have been like outlining probably 3 or 4 different ideas for cozy mystery series. One was this town in like upstate Michigan where this woman moved back to town and her mom and dad and sister lived there, and her sister was like the police chief, and she moved into this lighthouse with her son, and her husband had died, and I had all these, I might still work on that one because I like that idea a lot. You are yawning. Who's tired today, huh? So I had all these different ideas for different cozy mystery series. But, you know, people keep on saying, you should write a cozy mystery series about your HOA. You should write a cozy mystery series about your neighborhood and your neighbors and stuff. That would be so funny, right? And I mean, I could change my neighbors enough that it wouldn't be like, it'd be composites of my neighbors. It wouldn't be like exact, you know, my neighbors and stuff like that. So I was like walking home from the pool last night. I was like looking at the lakes, and I was like looking at the neighborhood, and I was like, you know what? I think I am going to write a cozy mystery series. And so I got back and I like changed and put on fresh clean pajamas, and I sat on the front porch and I just started like powering, like I like wrote up like 3 very rough draft paragraphs of an idea that I have for a cozy mystery, at least the first book in a series that would be called the HOA series. And so I'm going to read it to you guys in just a second, because I called Tanya, and by that point, like, I was relaxing and stuff, and I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm watching Big Brother. And I'm like, oh, I'm getting ready to watch Big Brother here in a second. And so I read it to her, and I was like, what do you think? And it was like, it's so rough, you guys. Like, I mean, I literally just like wrote it like really quick, like in my notes app. And I was like, and which is so funny because I have like for weeks or months now been like outlining characters and like coming up with like specific things about characters. And it was like all of it just kind of like came together for me about this woman that moves home to this HOA that she spent her high school years living with her twin aunts. And that she goes back like at my age to take care of her aunts that just turned 80. And that like all these people keep on dying in the neighborhood because the only way that people can get into the neighborhood is so sought after that the only way to get in there is to, like, if somebody dies or if like there are secret deals that go on like late at night or whatever, and there's like a waiting list for, so anyway. So I was like, this would be like perfect because then it's like motive for why people are like killing people in the neighborhood because they want, you know, to like have like, you know, somebody wants to buy the condo or whatever. So I have like motive for all of that. And I was like, this is like perfectly coming together. But I didn't want it to just be a neighborhood. I wanted it to be like a coffee shop and like a bookstore and a grocery store. So I was like, how could I do like a neighborhood that ended up being like a town basically? And so what it was that I came up with this idea where this like developer, I'm gonna get more into it. Like I said, I just wrote 3 paragraphs and they're very rough and they'll probably change. So I'll read them to you in a second. But my idea is that it's about this woman that she goes back, like after this like horrible divorce that she goes through. She goes back to take care of her 2 like 80-year-old aunts into this neighborhood that she grew up in. And when the neighborhood started, it was like 20 like houses, Victorian houses that were built around these 2 lakes, these twin lakes. And because we have twin lakes in our neighborhood. So anyway, like, so visually it's kind of be very similar, but like it's going to be on a bigger scale. And that it ended up becoming, it's like out in the middle of nowhere in the country, in the middle of Indiana. And it ended up becoming this, like, they turned it into a town, and it's now like 250 houses, and they like limited it, like at 250 they stopped building. They said no more houses in this town, and they turned it into a town. They have like the HOA turned into like a city council or a town council, and then they like have like a fire department, a police department, and there's like a small school, and there's like a bookstore and a coffee shop and a grocery store and stuff. So it's kind of like a town, this little like neighborhood, right? And it's all Victorian houses, and they build it to be kind of like this cute little utopian society, and they never like imagined that it would ever take off, but like it's like so adorable that it like took off and people are like dying literally to get in there. So that was my whole idea for this cozy mystery series. And so I wrote it up real quick when I got home last night. And then I called Tanya, and she and I were talking and catching up, and I read it to her, and I was like, what do you think? And she's like, I miss when you write. She's like, you are just like so passionate about your writing. And she's like, I love to hear your story ideas and stuff like that. So I got real inspired to write it. So I'm going to do that. And then I went upstairs and I laid down with Boo Radley and Alex for like an hour, but like Boo Radley was like so just like crazy, jumping down and jumping back up on the bed last night. And I think it was like, it's because it's so, Alex didn't think it was that hot in our bedroom. I thought it was like miserably hot. And he was like, no, I think it feels good with the fan and stuff like that. Do you want to come over here, honey? Come here. Come here, sweetheart. Here, let me move my leg. Come here. Come here. He said, I want to, oh. He said, I want to sit with my dad. He said, I like to be the movie star of the vlog. You do? Yeah. So I tried to lay down for like an hour, and then he was just being so anxious last night, like jumping up and down, and I think it was too hot for him or something. So I took him outside and let him run around for a little bit. And then and then when we came inside, he like ran downstairs to like finish his dinner. And then he ended up staying downstairs in his house. It was like real cool while I was like watching shows and stuff. I can't remember if I watched Big Brother before I lay down or afterwards now. I think it was before. Was it before? He said, I don't remember. How am I supposed to remember such things? But I ended up watching the last 2 episodes of Fear the Walking Dead of season 4 and finished season 4. And then I started watching season 5, and I watched like 2 or 3 episodes of season 5. I'm like real into Fear the Walking Dead right now. Yes, bless you. So at one point, I was doing like laundry down in the basement. I was cleaning towels, and I was like washing some of my laundry and stuff too. And so I went down there, and Boo Radley, Alex has it set up so cute from when I was out of town. Yeah, that reverse sneezing is horrible, isn't it? That horrible reverse sneezing. And so Alex has like a pillow, like, so the crate down in the basement is like 2 feet by like 4 feet. Like 2 feet wide by like 4 feet deep. You okay, bud? That's the reverse sneezing. Apparently a lot of dogs have it. Our vet thinks it's like, you okay? He said, yeah, I'm okay. Our vet thinks it has a lot to do with like allergies or something like that, because it's like a sneeze for dogs, but it's called reverse sneezing. So it sounds like he's like sucking in air. Yeah, shake it out. He's got such a cute little fuzzy face. So Alex, when I was out of town, because he had him in there like all day while he was at work, he put like a pillow at the, so it's like, I think it's like 2.5 feet probably high. It's like, maybe not, maybe more than that. Like maybe 3 feet high, and then like 2 feet wide and like 4 feet deep, 3 or 4 feet deep. So Alex put a pillow in the very back and then a pillow right next to it to kind of like emulate like his pillows upstairs in the bedroom. And then he put a blanket in there, and then we always put his food and water in there and stuff like that. And then he's got like little toys. He never plays with toys, but he's got like stuffed animals and stuff in there. So last night, I did this like once before, and he got like such a kick out of it. It's so funny because like when I did it before, Boo Radley was like, he was like laughing, and he was like this was years ago. But right, come here. You wanna come over here? He said, no, I like sitting where I'm, look at it. He's like, I like sitting where I'm sitting. So I like got down on the ground, and it's real cool down there because it's in the basement, you know? And I think he likes it, that it's cooler down there. And so he was like laying like to the side, inside, like in the back, like he had his back up against the pillow. He was kind of like this. And so I got inside his crate, and he was like, he was like thinking it was the cutest thing. I don't know. He was acting like he never acts. He was acting like real excited. And so I got all the way in his crate last night, and I like laid down and put my head on the pillow right next to him. And I was like, this is awfully comfy, cozy, Boo Radley. I understand why you like it so much in here. And then he curled up right next to me and laid down. And so we laid in his crate for a little bit last night. It was real sweet. But then I came upstairs, and I ended up, I finished watching my Fear the Walking Dead, and he stayed down there. And then when I went up to bed last night, I went and got him, because I wanted him to stay down there and be able to be cool as much as he wanted to. But if you wanted to go down there and sleep all night long, you could have, couldn't you? He said, yeah, I could have jumped down off the bed, and I could have gone and slept down in my house if I wanted to, because it's a lot cooler down there. And I don't blame you for it, because it's hot. There's a heat advisory in Indianapolis right now, and it's supposed to be like super, super hot on Thursday and Friday. Hold on just a second. Friday is our anniversary. I may not film a vlog on Friday. I'm just going to tell you that ahead of time, because it's our anniversary. And we're like gonna go out to dinner and do something special and whatever. I know everybody's like, oh, Peter's gonna surprise us and be in Vegas. No, we're not going to Vegas. Vegas is way too expensive right now. We're not doing Vegas. We chose to save our money this year instead. We both really wanted to go to Vegas, but Alex really can't take off that much more work anyway, because he only has 2 days left until the end of the year. And I looked at like weeks after this to go to Vegas. I swear, you guys are not going to get a surprise like in 2 days and be like, oh, we're in Vegas. It's not going to happen. We looked at all different kinds of places. Instead of staying at the Cosmopolitan, we looked at Resorts World. We looked at the Encore. It was expensive every place in Vegas. And the airfare was real expensive. And so, you know, and then on top of that, the food and going to shows and stuff like that. And we usually go out there for a week. And we were just going to go out there Wednesday through Sunday, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and fly back on Sunday. And it was like more expensive for 4 nights than it was when we usually go out there for a week. I don't know why Vegas is so expensive right now. People were like, well, maybe there's conventions and stuff going on. But I looked at like the 2 or 3 weeks after it, and it was still super expensive. So I don't know. Maybe if we can catch some kind of deal here in the next couple weeks, we might go out there for a couple days, but I doubt it. I keep on looking to see, but we went for our friend Jason's birthday a couple years ago. That's where the original Happy Birthday Lena started, because we were in the pool and it was Lena's birthday and she had all the hats. For people that don't know, and they always say, what's Happy Birthday Lena? Happy Birthday Lena is, we were at the Encore in the pool for Jason's birthday, Melissa's husband, and we went out there with a bunch of people, and there was this woman in the pool, she and this guy, and they both had these hats on that said Happy Birthday Lena, and this woman was like sitting on this like chair, what do you call this? I don't know what they're called, but anyway, like those big chairs, not a cabana, but it was kind of like that. On the side they had all the hats on it, and so she was like in the pool, and the woman was like shouting at her, Lena, Lena, and I looked at her and I said, are you Lena? And she goes, yeah. And I go, Happy Birthday, Lena. And I go, she's trying to get your attention. But anyway, so when I got out of the pool, they had all these hats, these like trucker hats that said Happy Birthday, Lena. And some of you will probably remember this from the vlog, but I said, oh, I love those hats. It's such a cute idea. Because I was like, I wish I would have done that for Jason. That would have been such a great idea, right? And she's like, do you want one? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so I took one of the hats. And she was real sweet to give it to me. So when I filmed my vlog that night, and I think I even did it in a drama video, I like wore the hat. I still have the hat upstairs. And I said, Happy Birthday, Lena. And that's where the Happy Birthday, Lena comes from that I say at the end of my videos. So anyway, Boo Radley. His little ears just perked up. He was like, anyway, Boo Radley. Glasses, put him up. So yeah, I stayed up way too late last night because I knew that I had to get up this morning to take care of little guy. And then I had to get ready so that I could go to my hair appointment today, because my hair appointment was at noon, which meant I had to get an Uber at 11, which meant I had to start getting ready at 10, which meant I had to get up at 9 to start getting him ready. And we snoozed it a couple times, but not, we still got up close to 9. And we still got up early, didn't we? Yeah, he said I did all my business and stuff like that. And then got ready, and then I got my Uber. I was so tired this morning when I got up. I was like, man, I could have used about 5 more hours of sleep. I was really, really tired. And in all honesty, not in the greatest mood when I woke up this morning either. I was just kind of like, I didn't even really need a haircut. It's only been like I don't think it's been even 3 weeks since I've had a haircut, or it's been just 3 weeks, because I was saying this to her. But I thought we were going to be going to Las Vegas, and that was why I scheduled the appointment for today, because I thought there was a chance we would be going to Las Vegas, so I wanted my hair trimmed, and, you know, I didn't even really get that much cut off of it. But she cleaned it up and stuff, and she was going to put a bunch of stuff on. I'm going to go home anyway and I'm going to put a hat on. I said I'm just going to take a shower later. So I have marriage counseling tonight at 6, so at 5 I have to get an Uber, which means I have to get ready here in just a little bit. And so I was like, I'm going to take a shower later, so just don't even worry about it. And she was like, okay. So, but she just trimmed it up and whatever. But anyway, so I got up, did all that. And then I came home, and in all honesty, I knew I would get home about 1:30. And so, I'd have like from 1:30 till 4:30, and then at 4:30 I have to start getting ready because I have to call the Uber at 5. And so I was like, yeah, Boo Radley. He said, yeah. And I still got to get my other videos up because, well, anyway, I knew I had like from 1:30 to 4:30, and I was like, I might want to relax and take a nap because I was so tired. So I honestly didn't know how many videos I would film today. But I ended up filming a drama video, a Peterisms video, a review video, and now this. So I actually got 4 videos done. And this is not going to be long, and I know that my vlogs haven't been long lately, maybe tomorrow night, depending on if I go to my meeting or not. I haven't talked to Tanya yet about what she's going on. She's been like, this whole summer she's been so busy with having stuff to do on Tuesday nights and getting out of work late and stuff like that. That's been hard for her to go. And she's been going to a meeting more consistently on Wednesday nights. And she's been asking me if I wanted to go. But it's like earlier and it's harder for me to get to. So that's why I have, she hasn't been going to that consistently. I guess she's been going to it like every other week or something like that. So, yeah, I'm not sure if we're going tomorrow night or not. I'll talk to her tonight and we'll find out. But I will try to do a longer vlog tomorrow Right, Boo Radley? He said, right, Dad. I'll try to do a longer vlog tomorrow. But this week's going to be, what is on my knee? What is that, Boo? This week is going to be kind of, as far as videos and my vlog and stuff like that, it's just going to kind of depend on the day. Wednesday, I'm going to brunch with Caroline. Caroline's birthday is on Thursday. Her cousin on her dad's side is visiting. So she asked me if I wanted to go to brunch with them, and because I love her cousin, and even though we're not like directly cousins because it's her cousin through her dad, not her mom, I've been close with her my whole life, and so she was like, she would love to see you, and I'm sure you'd love to see her. So I think we're going to brunch on Wednesday unless that plan changes. So that will be Wednesday, but just going to brunch. It won't be like a cousin fun day or anything like that. We're just going to go to brunch, and then she's going to bring me home. And then Thursday, it's supposed to be like 98 and full sun outside. So I may go to the pool on Thursday. And depending on how nice it is, just will depend on, I mean, I'm sure I'll still do a vlog on Thursday and things like that, but I may not make a whole bunch of other videos. And then Friday is our anniversary. I have an appointment on Friday morning. So then after that, we're going to probably have brunch, and if it's nice, we may go to the pool and then come back and just relax and stuff, and then we're going to do dinner somewhere on Friday night. We haven't made any decisions on where we're doing dinner or anything or what we're doing yet for Friday night. So that is Friday for our anniversary, and then Saturday and Sunday I'll probably film some videos. But this week may be a little bit of a slowdown as far as videos, although I say that, like, and then today I said I wasn't going to film any videos. So it just depends. I feel like I've been bumping out so many videos in the last 2 months. The thing is that, like, once I start making videos, like, during the day, like, I have such a hard time, like, just filming a vlog or just filming a drama video and a vlog. Like, well, okay. It's harder for me to just film a drama video and a vlog than to just film a vlog. Like, on a day that, like, I'm just going to take the day off, like, for me to sit down and vlog for, like, you know, half an hour or an hour, 45 minutes or whatever, that's not really hard for me because this is just kind of like checking in with you guys, and I love doing this. Well, I love doing it on all my channels. But when I do, like, the drama video, then I'm already kind of, like, in the mode, and I'm like, okay, well, you might as well just sit down for, like, 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and do a Peterisms video. And then when I have that done, I'm like, is there anything here that I have to review, do a review video? And then sometimes, just depending on the day, I think of, like, oh, well, I could do this for my Peter Does Stuff video or that. What I need to be doing is posting more on my... Are you scratching? I was going to show you scratching, but you stopped. What I need to be doing is posting more on my BookTube channel. I've got to do a video announcing the September books. I just picked the September book for Peter's Book Club, but I haven't picked, or we haven't picked the September book for a True Crime Book Club yet. Mel sent something to me that she wanted to read, and I kind of looked at the reviews of it, and it seemed like it was more of like a kind of like a textbook kind of thing. So I said something to her, and then she was like, okay, she was like, well, let me look up some other things. And so she found something else, and I haven't really had a chance to look at it yet. So, yeah, so if you have any suggestions for True Crime Book Club for September, let me know in the comment section below, and we will take that into consideration, won't we, Boo Radley? Are you a true crime dog? He is so funny. He just like stares at me. Look at this. Are you a true crime dog? You are? He said, I don't know what that means. That means that you solve detective stories. He said, am I a dog detective? You are a dog detective. Okay, do you guys want to hear my rough draft? Now, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Do you guys want to hear my rough draft of my cozy mystery? Okay, let me read it to you. You guys ready? I'm like kind of embarrassed to read it to you guys. Okay. The HOA series. I'm like nervous to share this with you guys. Now, I literally just sat and wrote this in my notes app, okay? I don't know if you can see this, but it's like, okay, HOA series. The first house was built in 1983, and there was never the first house was built in 1983, and there was never any intention of the neighborhood growing into anything special. But now people were dying to move in. literally. The entire blueprint for Twin Lakes, named after my aunts, who were the first 2 homeowners in the neighborhood, was only planned to be 20 small Victorian homes built around 2 ponds, now called lakes, to resemble a small town one might find in the countryside in the late 1980s. The developer in late 1880s. I need to start this all over again. I'm so nervous to read this to y'all. I don't know why. Okay, the HOA series. And I think the first book will be called Home Sweet Home. And every book in the series would have like Home is Where the Heart Is. You know, like each title, well, that one's already been taken by Billy Letts. But like, you know, like each book in the series would be something about home, you know, like HOA, Homeowners Association. So each book in the title would be something like Home Is, Home This, you know. Okay, the first house was built in 1983, and there was never any intention of the neighborhood growing into anything special. But now people were dying to move in, literally. The entire blueprint for Twin Lakes, named after my aunts, who were the first 2 homeowners in the neighborhood, was only planned to be 20 small Victorian homes built around 2 ponds, now called lakes, to resemble a small town one might find in the countryside in the late 1880s. The developer and first few buyers never imagined it might one day become one of the most sought-after communities in the Midwest. But on its 40th anniversary, the year I moved in to take care of my aunts Sally Jo and Judy Smith, twins who had just passed 80, these prized homes in the neighborhood would literally sell overnight, sometimes in secret deals unless someone suddenly passed away, wherein a lottery system waiting list would entail the next owner. Most owners passed on their homes to family members, and adult children could be heard fighting in driveways directly after funerals as to who was moving in next. I had spent my high school years in Twin Lakes with my aunts after my parents thought it best to send me away to a quiet country town after getting caught a few times drinking with friends and sneaking out. My parents sent me from Indianapolis 2 hours south to the middle of nowhere, Indiana. At first I hated it. Most of the neighbors were older, and there weren't any kids my age. My parents demanded I be homeschooled by my 2 eccentric aunts who had lived their entire lives living together and never getting married. At that time, in the late 1980s, the neighborhood was small, nothing compared to today with over 250 houses, a coffee shop, bookstore, small grocery, church, and even a police station and fire station, not to mention a small school, not entirely unlike that in the Little House on the Prairie. The small neighborhood had become a town, and what once had been a HOA, a homeowners association, had since become a 5-person town council. And that's what I have so far. And then she's going to go on and talk about how it like built up and why they have a school there and why she's moving back and things like that. And then it's going to go into like her discovering a body, Boo Radley, a body, who's finding a body, Detective Boo Radley. Hello, this is Detective Boo Radley, reporting for duty. Detective Boo Radley. Can't even imagine such a thing. Who would hire you? Who wouldn't hire me is the question. I can solve any kind of case. Just ask everybody in the neighborhood. I am the detective of the world. Are you the detective of the world, Boo Radley? He said, I am a detective and a movie star of this vlog. Don't even worry about it. I'm my own person. I'm my own person, Mr. Boo Radley. So, that's about my life. This is going to stop here in just a minute. Hold on. So that's about my life. Now, I'm going to get ready here. I got to go get my videos up. My Peterisms video, my drama video, and my review video. And then I got to take a shower and start getting ready, don't I? He said, don't you wish you had a dog detective like me? Don't you wish you had a dog detective like me? I would write a dog detective cozy mystery series, but my friend Nikki would never read it because she said that dogs don't talk. That one goes out to you, Nikki, for trying to be shady towards Shady Hollow. I actually think I'm going to read the rest of those books in the Shady Hollow cozy mystery series. Yeah. But I'm gonna go get ready, and then I'm gonna Uber to my marriage counseling session, and then afterwards, I don't know if Alex will be hungry or not. We will either go somewhere and eat, bring something home. I'm like so tired. I could like just, I'm not even really that hungry. I reviewed these popcorn chickens by Beyond Chicken. That was really good. And I could probably just like skip dinner entirely tonight, but we'll see. Yeah, Boo Rally said, not me. I don't skip dinner. You sure don't, do you? And you don't skip treats either. He said, I don't skip treats either. You don't skip treats either? He said, I love my treats. Do you wonder what they think, like, when you're talking to them? Do you talk to your animals? What do you think, Boo Radley? What's going through your head, huh? He said, don't even worry about me. I'm my own person. Do you, like, I mean, do you wonder, like, we must just sound like the parents and the teachers and the Peanuts cartoons to them. Like, what, you know, blah, 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 blah. But you know certain words, don't you? He said, I do know certain words. Are you excited to see your dad tonight? We're going to relax and watch some TV and rest tonight. He said, not in that hot bedroom. He said, I'll be down in my house where it's cool. Well, all right, you guys, listen, I'm going to get off here now. I know this is real short, but I want to get all this done today before I leave so I can have it all done and ready. So anyway, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Monday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. Like I always say, you might be putting a smile on their face. You might be changing their day for the better. You might be cheering them up, and you might be making them feel not so all alone. And also, be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more, and most importantly, be kinder and love yourselves a little bit more. Because if you're kinder and you love yourself, then you'll be kinder and love others as well. And it all starts with you. And yeah, so that's it. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. And for those that want to hear it, those that need to hear it, those that want to need to hear it, those that need to want to hear it, and those that just happen to stick around. One more, I love you. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Happy birthday, Lena.